What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sean McCaddy, and I'm back at you with another unboxing video. Today we're unboxing, well, you probably already know what we're unboxing because you looked at the title, but the Nvidia Shield. It is here in its holiness. It looks great. The box looks beautiful. They've done a really good job on the packaging, and I think that's just such a great thing for a product of this price category. You guys know I like nice, sexy boxes, and this really delivers on that. This is sub $200, depends where you are. I'm in Canada, it's actually $225 right now. You get it in America, I think you're gonna be paying around $180. What a steal for what you're getting out of this. We're gonna go over the features, and we're gonna do an unboxing, see what these guys have to offer for the unboxing experience. So why don't we go ahead, grab my sword, since this is the Shield, and let's cut this sucker open. Alright, so I brought my master sword as you just saw, and I'm going to try and cut open this shield with my sword. I don't know how well this is going to work, but let's see how well my sword does. Oh, look at that. Broke through the shield, must not be made of any good material. Definitely not a Hylian shield, of course. Look at that. Guys, this is it. This is the Nvidia Shield. It is probably one of the coolest products I've seen in a while. What it can do, the capabilities, the fact that it can stream 4K games to your TV, which is absolutely epic. So we're gonna go ahead, bust this open. So just reading the back there, and it does have Google Assistance and voice control via the remote that it comes with. So that's pretty cool, especially if you're sitting on the couch and you're kind of lazy to scroll through the menus. You can probably ask it to do a few things and turn on some of your smart home devices. I'll go over that in a second though. Let's go ahead, probably open it up like so. Hopefully it's just gonna slide open. And that was the slowest thing I've ever seen in my life. And right away, this is the back of the box there, nothing special, nothing there. Literally just has an attention and has French wording. I don't know why there's no English. I'm in Canada, so most people in BC do speak English, so that's kind of strange. Anyway, let's just disregard that. We'll put this over here. And now right away, we can see the actual device itself with the remote. And this is actually a super, super good looking device. I haven't seen one of these out of the packaging before, and right away my initial thoughts are, it kind of reminds me of a Sony Blu-ray player. They used to have these little like triangular shapes on top of their Blu-ray players. It does remind me of that, and has a nice little green strip down the side there. This is a nice gloss finish on a matte black finish on there. Around the edges it's nice and glossy. It actually is very attractive. I'm assuming you would stand it upright just like in the image, so it has a nice flat base there which you could stand that up on. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do that right now and see how well that stands up, and looks good. I'm surprised at what they say this thing can do and how small this is. Like, this is fairly small. I'll get my phone out for comparison. So here's my Galaxy S8, and in comparison, they're pretty close in size. I mean, looks like just a big like Samsung 8 Plus or something like that. It's really not that big. For what this thing can do, that is seriously impressive. See all the ports. We'll go over the ports in a second. I just want to go ahead and open up the rest of what's in the box. So of course you got your remote. So this is obviously what you'll use to control everything with. And it does have the mic button right there. So if you do need to say commands and get it to do things for you, you just hold down that mic button and of course talk into it. Kind of reminds me of a Apple remote, how it has that same kind of feel and the same texture as you would an Apple remote. But I believe Apple remotes actually do have lettering for symbols, so I think it'd be pretty straightforward. Down, up, left, right, and enter. This would probably be back, and this would be accept maybe. I don't actually know. We'll figure that out in a little bit here. Definitely a good looking remote. I feel like they are trying to maybe compete with Apple a bit, and if they are definitely ahead of the game. They're cheaper, they have more features than the Apple TV. Of course, the only thing it doesn't have is the Apple logo, which people seem to be so drawn over these days, and I just think they're zombies. But that's my personal opinion, and my personal opinion does not matter to anyone. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up, and in the packaging, ooh, this looks good. I've never seen one of these controllers in real life, but actually I love the texture to it. It has like lots of different edges, jagged edges on it. It's not like a smooth grip like you'd see on like an Xbox 360, Xbox One, or PlayStation 4 or anything like that. It has different intersecting lines and shapes on the actual remotes, which is kind of cool. I don't know, I've never seen that before. Let's go ahead and pull this out. It reminds me a lot of a PlayStation 4 mixed with an Xbox One controller. Like the triggers, those remind me of Xbox One, of course. The center thumbsticks, definitely a PlayStation 4, and the D-pad up there, of course. But you got the YXAB, so that's more of a Xbox feel to it. And I guess that's the on button. We'll figure that out in a second. I've never used one of these. We'll figure this out. I don't actually know what these buttons will do yet, but this will be to plug in your headphones, of course. And I wonder, do they come with headphones? That would be absolutely amazing. I hope they do. If they don't, not a big deal. I have some of my own. That would be the charging port, which is a micro USB. So it does use the older charging cord. No USB Type-C yet, of course. This is actually a little bit older device, so it's not like it has all the new features. I think they did a great job on this remote. It feels good. It's pretty light, and the thumbsticks have pretty good feel to them. And also the grips on the thumbstick definitely keep your thumb intact there. So I do like that. It feels good to me, and everything feels premium. It doesn't feel like a cheap controller. Kudos to Nvidia for providing a decent controller. I'd expect something a little bit less, but they are a gaming company, so why would they cheap out? Thank God they didn't. In here, what do we have? We have a quick start guide, and just has a little pamphlet. I guess just basic information. Plug power into it, of course. Plug your HDMI into the TV and press that button to power it on, I believe. So we'll go ahead and figure that out when we actually start this thing up, but we'll just put this to the side for now. And here we have, what do we have here? I think this is just a USB charging cord. It has a nice packaging, a nice cardboard packaging, so that looks nice. The cord is just a regular rubber cable, so nothing wrong with that, but it would be nice if it was braided, but at this price point, I wouldn't assume they'd even try that. But they do have, that's neat. It does have like a little emblem of a controller in green, which is kind of cool. Kind of like a little Easter egg, I guess you could say, and also a little smaller controller there. So I think that's a little bit of an Easter egg they threw in there, which is always cool to find in your products. We'll put that to the side, and what in the heck do we have here? We have another pamphlet. Now this is a support guide, so I guess any questions you might have, you might be able to find in here. I'd just go ahead and go in forums if you have any problems with this or setting it up, or watch just tutorials. The writing is so small for the people who might not be able to figure this out. It might be the older generation who wear glasses, who might not actually be able to see this fine print. So just go watch a YouTube tutorial or look at some forums, and that's probably the better option for you. So put that down, and here we have the power cord. Now this is a good brick. It's external, of course. On a device that small, I wouldn't expect it to have an internal power supply, but this isn't bad. The bulky part is in the wall, which I do like. I hate it when it has like the power supply in the middle of the cord, so it just kind of gets in the way. It's kind of awkward, whereas this is just planted in the wall and it's just a cable running directly to the Nvidia Shield. So I do like that design, so kudos to Nvidia again. And this is gonna hook up. This is a weird connection. I'm not actually familiar with what type of connection that would be. It looks like it's some sort of a USB, micro USB or something, but it's actually in a rectangle format, and that is strange. I don't know if it's proprietary or anything, but it's definitely looks cool. Other than that, let's go ahead and put that to the side. So that was basically what's in the box. My unboxing experience with this, I'd rate that a good 7.5 out of 10. There wasn't a lot of pamphlets. It's really just a couple support guides, quick start guides. No stickers or anything, which I'm kind of disappointed about. I mean, I don't know. I don't usually use the stickers, but it's always a nice thought that Nvidia wants to throw in a couple extra goodies for you. But they basically just have the basics that you paid for: the controller, the remote, and the console itself. So they didn't go too overboard, but the unboxing experience they did put it together decently well, but not enough goodies in my opinion. But at the price point, what more can you expect? So this device has a lot of neat features, and probably one of my favorite features is probably the connectivity with the Samsung Smart Link. What's it called? The Smart Things Link or something like that. You plug it in via USB, and it basically lets you connect to all of your smart home devices, and you can control it via the remote using the voice control. It's really neat, especially if you've invested a lot of money in smart home devices already. That should definitely make you want to get this Shield on top of all the other features. One of the biggest things for me though is definitely the fact it streams 4K games, so I can be playing 4K Battlefield 5 on my PC, pause it, go sit in my living room, pull out the controller, and I can stream with very insignificant lag. I think there's a small delay, but very unnoticeable if you're an extreme gamer, you're a professional gamer. Maybe that's not the best way to be playing professionally, but as a casual gamer, it's freaking awesome. I can't even describe it. And not only can you stream the games from your PC, you can also play games off of the device, off of the Shield. So how they do that, it's just kind of connected to your Steam account, and you can actually get a subscription for GeForce Now. I forgot what the streaming site's called, but you can actually get a game stream site, kind of like a Netflix for video games, and basically a bunch of games in your Steam library can be played through your actual Shield, which is pretty neat, and it plays at a good frame rate. It's probably about like 1080p, 60 frames per second, which is actually quite significant for a device. Like I said, that's a little bit bigger than my phone. It's really not that much bigger than my phone. Not only can it play the games off of the GeForce Now or your Steam library, it actually plays emulators pretty well. I've seen lots of people, I've never tried it myself, but I've seen people playing games like Wind Waker and a bunch of GameCube games. And I thought that was pretty unique because I used to have an older PC, it could never even run. I ran Dolphin, which was a GameCube Wii type of emulator, and it could never really run on my old computer. This one would definitely handle it pretty well, but they always had trouble, my old computers, running Dolphin, and I could never really play Wind Waker. But for some reason, apparently, this thing, it frickin' plays. It frickin' plays Wind Waker. That's amazing. So that's another reason I wanted to pick that up, just for the fact I can play the emulators. Not only can I stream, but play emulators. It's just the best of both worlds, on top of all the freaking TV shows and the movies and stuff. I don't know why you wouldn't pick one of these up. Just want to touch on the movie side of the device. So it's really cool that you can stream your movies and your TV shows. It kind of eliminates your cable box. If you don't need a lot of certain shows from your cable box and you're pretty content with having most of the things that were on the cable box on this device, subscribing to movie apps or TV show apps, I think it might be the better way to go in 2018 at least, in 2019 and onwards, just because there's so much on there already, and cable is expensive. I pay about $100 a month. I don't pay it myself, but that is the cable bill every month to watch basic TV in HD. It's ridiculous. You can get a few apps like Netflix, it's probably like $12 a month or something like that. There's other streaming sites. If you add up like 4 or 5 different things, you're still going to be under what you pay for a cable bill and still have access to so many different movies and TV shows and all that. So you have lots of good options with this device, so I think it could really replace a cable box. Also, maybe if you're a casual gamer, could replace your Xbox or a PS4. Especially for the money, it's definitely worth considering. And before I forget about it, another neat feature, the Dolby Atmos pass-through. So it passes through your soundbar or whatever, as long as it's compatible, it can use the Dolby Atmos. If you guys don't know what that is, basically a 3D simulation of sound. So it's kind of like VR headset with sound. It was actually very intense. I used to work at Best Buy and we had all the demos set up, and Atmos is amazing. If you have the setup for it, do it. If you don't, no worries. It's just an extra feature this thing for some reason has. Kudos to Nvidia. And also the music streaming, I mean, that's pretty standard. Like, even my old 2013 smart TV could stream Spotify. So that's not really anything new, but it's just nice that it has all of those features built into one device, like the games, the movies, the TV shows, the music streaming. It's really just one device, and I think it can replace a few of the boxes on your TV. So I really appreciate that it does a lot of things in one device for sub $200. I don't get it. But that's okay, because I'm just here making YouTube videos, and that's beyond my pay grade. I'll let the smart people figure out how they can price that thing for $200 and have it do all those things. That's beyond me. So yeah, anyways, that was a quick overview of the Shields. Like I was saying, it's a really packed device full of features, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. And I really don't think that Apple TV has anything on this thing. Honestly, you can get a cheap Apple TV, maybe $160, something like that. This might be $200, but for what you can do with it, yeah, you can play a few arcade style games on the Apple TV, but you can't play full AAA titles or stream or play games right off of it. It's just Apple, you need to be taking notes, my friend. You're just stepping behind the game. For the money, you'd be stupid not to get the Nvidia Shield. The remote even looks similar to the previous Apple TVs, so it looks pretty sexy in my opinion. I think the look is really versatile. It's kind of looks like a gaming machine, but it's also elegant looking at the same time. so I wouldn't be embarrassed to have this in my living room if you're one of those more modern style of people. But you also want to have that like edgy gaming look to it. I think this device is perfect. So yeah, like I was saying, if you're looking for something sub $200, you're looking at something like an Apple TV, but you also like gaming, this is definitely the better option for you. It does more than what an Apple TV can do, but at the end of the day, I know what I'm spending my money on. And just like that, that will conclude today's video. I hope I gave you guys some little bit of good information before you make a decision on buying the Nvidia Shield. Maybe you want to buy the Apple TV still. You might be crazy, I don't know. But that's okay, so am I. So thank you guys for watching. And if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't, dislike. I'm not offended. Hit that subscribe button for more content. That bell notification if you want to keep up to date. And other than that, thanks for watching. That will conclude today's video. And just like that, that will conclude. Oh my god, I need help. Please send help. And just like that, that will conclude. What is wrong with me?